Alrighty, welcome back everyone. It is LaughNgamez here. I'm back with another Starcraft 2 1 versus 1 bot AI cast. We have got ourselves what should be a good one here today, as it's kind of the new kid on the block taking on one of the older kids, I feel. As in the top left we've got TyrT, an underrated Terran bot, in my opinion. And taking on TyrT, it's going to be none other than DominionDog, the Terran bot. Yeah, DominionDog making a name for itself with its TVZ plays lately. The author's focusing on that. But we're going to see how it does in TVT for this match here today, and I think Tyr will be a good test for it, as we do have DominionDog reacting to an SCV. 3 SCVs pulled off the line to chase that around, even getting a little stab in here and there. It does look like DominionDog is going to be starting with potential Reaper plays, like it does in TVZ anyway. So ladies and gentlemen, we are on the map Gresvin, the AI edition. If you enjoy these bot games, make sure to go ahead and click that like button. Oh, I don't know what day is it? It is September 30th as of me recording this. So if we can hit 30 likes on this video, that would be great. Leave a comment down below saying more bots. I don't just ask you guys to do that because I like reading the same comment over and over. I ask you guys to do that because that helps with the YouTube algorithm. And if I had to guess, it takes probably about like 2 seconds to do. See how fast you can type that. And yeah, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed and you want to see how well people can program these StarCraft 2 bots. As every day they get better and better, as there's kind of this arms race going on amongst developer teams or just individual developers. In this case, I've found out that it's actually DominionDog. DominionDog is actually a husband-wife team, which I find incredible. Yeah, that would definitely be something to talk over the dinner table. You're like, so our bot keeps losing to cannon rushes. What can we do about that? But all jokes aside, that's very cool, I thought. And now we've got Tyr going for an expansion. So is DominionDog. So while it opened with a couple of Reapers, it's not like a crazy Reaper aggression yet. There is always the potential for more Reapers and Hellions to be made later on, but for now there is at least an Expo going down on both sides of the map. And then it's going to be a good test for DominionDog, how it's going to do potentially against something like a Banshee, if Tyr is able to get that out, and it is getting up a starport. Those Reapers did pop on in. Looks like they were able to kill off a single Marine, but so far no crazy damage getting done. Tyr's just building up, making more Marines. We're going to be seeing Marines against Reapers. Now, traditionally, Reapers do scale better than Marines. However, the rules Marines scale better than Reapers. But the rules are kind of different in these bot games, so who knows, maybe Tyr's going to fan out its Marines for an engagement, which could make it a little vulnerable to those kind of plays. The Reapers are moving on in for DominionDog once again. We've even got a third command center going up for the Red Terran. That's something that I definitely don't mind in these bot games, because it seems to be fair. It seems to be easier to get away with greed. I think we just had one of those Reapers jump down to all those Marines and go down. However, the pressure is still sort of continuing on again, off again. DominionDog has a lot of early success with these Reapers and Hellions. However, it is also a bot that likes to play heavy in the bio, which is very enjoyable to watch. Meanwhile, Tyr's making double Vikings right now. Potentially going to make some siege tanks or something behind that, although Cyclones are the choice for now. And then, let's see, a starport going up for DominionDog, getting up a tech lab on that. Potentially for Ravens, we'll see. And then the Reapers and Hellions are still moving out to poke and prod. There's a good number of Marines, though, and a Cyclone to defend against this, so I don't see them getting too much work done, although if they jump into the main base, there's potential to get some worker kills or something. So Tyr's going to have to react to that. The Reapers do jump down and then out, as they seem to want to engage the units there instead of just going for worker kills, which is understandable when you try to go for that sort of snowbally Reaper Hellion play. I am curious how many Reapers and Hellions DominionDog is going to make this game. They don't seem to fall off too hard. However, we're now seeing a third base going up for tiers, so this game is heading into the late game. Lots of Vikings are being made for the blue Terran. That's going to help take control of the skies, so the Ravens of DominionDog could definitely be in a bit of trouble. We take a look at the economies in this match, and we've got DominionDog with a third base already mining, and a 10-worker lead, actually. So just through slow macro, DominionDog has taken the lead, and now getting up those 2 orbitals. Gonna allow extra mules to be dropped. Stim packs now on the way for the blue Terran, so going to be building into its own bio. A factory on the way out. The Reapers jump into the main base once again. However, now they're going to start getting chased away. This is a little risky for Tyr moving out, and I'm actually quite glad that Tyr has got these Cyclones in its army to add a bit of muscle to defend against potentially just mass Hellion and Reaper shots. DominionDog notably does not make use of the Reaper grenades. I imagine that's just because it's a nightmare to program and tough to tell if you're actually going to get more value out of it. Reapers and Hellions try and come up this ramp. They do end up retreating, though, as Tyr seems to have enough supply to turn DominionDog around, though fast retreat, so actually nothing died. That's very important. Third base going on up for Tyr, getting established. DominionDog behind this, though, is just surging in the macro, going up to a 4th and a 5th base, and a 6th base on location, actually. So DominionDog just says macro, macro, macro. I love to see that. The Reapers and Hellions go up the ramp, try to get some more damage done. Raven has joined with the army. We did actually see 4 Hellions go down there, so not the best trade for the Red Terran. Although if this game goes on another minute, it's not going to have a problem replacing those units, as DominionDog is going to have that ridiculous macro. It's also very notable that I believe both these bots are speed mining. Is DominionDog not speed mining? I'm not seeing the little clicks. Surely it must be. I might have to go back to an earlier point in the replay because I can't see that. The little clicks, like. So I'm not too sure if DominionDog is speed mining. Tyr, is Tyr speed mining? Doesn't look like it at the minute, but we could be too late in the replay to tell. I believe there's a point that you can't really see those small clicks. So I'll have to investigate more on that. I imagine they both are. It is tougher to tell, though. But maybe not. Maybe we're having a gentleman's game. With the rate DominionDog's economy is going up, I imagine they are. Anyway, we see the Reapers and Hellions coming on in, and they seem to have multiplied. Still, though, the Marines of Tyr are building up to high enough numbers that DominionDog's not going to be able to break through that, and the Red Terran is still just macroing up, taking pretty much all the bases on the map, as it just is making more and more and more command centers. I wonder what it's going to do when it actually takes all the command centers on the map. Will it eventually build extra racks? It's throwing up a starport now and going into Banshees, which is an interesting change. Not very reactionary, as of course there's already mass Vikings to counter the Banshees. But who knows where this game is going to go. Tyr is a bot that does like to build up in supply before going for an attack. We're seeing mass siege tank production from Tyr now too. And DominionDog is making more and more starports. It's going to have the economy to make whatever it wants, as it now takes this more northern base. Tyr, the slower expanding bot, may not have many bases left to take for itself. As this game progresses, Ravens are hanging out here, circling this base, and then a 4th base going on up. Okay. Yeah, just the game just calming down for now. Eventually Tyr will move out for an attack, though, and I could see that being very difficult for DominionDog to stop. Like, Reapers and Hellions aren't very good against mass tank Marines. The Banshees could make things a little bit interesting here. And, of course, the longer this game goes on, the more problematic that's going to be. But we could have a case of massive army versus massive economy, but not actually that good of a force. So in go the Reapers and Hellions once more. They're going to try and break through. That is not going to succeed very well, though, as the tanks just massacre them. The Banshees are getting shot out of the sky. And DominionDog seems to have better macro than it does composition choices in the late game, which does make sense. It seems to be a bot that gets a lot of its wins in the early game. TYR just doing a great job building up slowly. That being said, TYR is not necessarily going to win this game, as Banshees could harass it long enough that it may... Banshees could harass TYR long enough to just keep it back at home. DominionDog has got so many bases. It's bringing in 5,000 resources a minute, which is 5,000 minerals, not just, not including gas. And so that's actually just ridiculous for DominionDog, so it can keep just spamming mules, and now it's going into truly mass Banshee. It is making some more Ravens now. Of course, it's not the best composition when you take into account all of these Vikings for TYR. And there's also no cloak for the Banshees either, which is problematic. That seems to be something that DominionDog isn't programmed to utilize yet. I'm guessing that's something the bot authors will add in later. And now let's see, we do have attempts on these expansions just being taken, then denied, taken, then denied. Although who knows, depending how long this goes on, there may be no resources left for DominionDog. Or for TYR, pardon me, as the main base will start to mine out. Eventually, the Blue Terran will need to take another base, but if it's just constantly playing this whack-a-mole with its opponent's bases, it may never actually get to move out. Bots have a hard time dividing their attentions and making the logical decision. We do see 2 tanks move down for TYR, though. This will prevent an attempt at expanding here by DominionDog once more. We've got... Oh man, did a bunch of those Banshees just die again? I think they did. Pardon me. So Banshees keep going on in here, but they're not going to have success with this. And this is one of the more goofy bot games I've seen in a while. So the slow and steady turtle bot is going up against the mass economy. The problem is that TYR is losing basically nothing. Like, we're seeing like maybe a Marine or something die here and there for mass Reapers, Hellions, and Banshees. The Banshees are kind of just programmed to go on in and attack. And yeah, let's see. I was surprised that DominionDog hasn't transitioned into bio or something like that, because it showed very good bio play in TVZ. Of course, it seems that TVZ is the matchup the bot authors have given the most love to. Vikings just gunning down the Banshees again and again. The 4th base is being established for TYR. And now another base going to be getting taken out that belongs to DominionDog, as the Red Terran continuously is trying to expand here. The Blue Terran, while being prevented from moving out, isn't really losing anything. It's just mass Banshees being rallied forward, not really getting too much done. DominionDog, if it like at least pooled its Banshees and then just A-moved, it might be able to get a decent number of kills before they all go down, but the trickle effect is not a good effect in this case. Let's take some auto turrets, helping hunt down some of the, or trying to get some of these tanks, but the tanks just killed them. I'm going to fast forward this one a little bit, as we do seem to be in a little bit of a loop. How many command centers have been canceled? Who knows? Not a lot killed, but plenty have been canceled this game. Banshees are coming on in. They're actually getting a couple of kills here. The question is, though, even if DominionDog kills all the units on the ground, will it ever make something that deals with Vikings in the sky? And I get the feeling the answer is no. And, yeah, auto turrets getting tossed on down, getting a kill here and there. DominionDog doesn't have that much gas, but it is taking more refineries, adding on more starports, because it says 12 Banshees at a time is not enough, gosh darn it. The Red Terran loses another base, though, and TYR has expanded to a 5th. The Blue Terran is now starting to move on out. The Banshees are attracted towards the army, which isn't exactly ideal. If they were counterattacking, they may be getting more done, but they are not. And even 14 at a time is not enough to overcome the trickle effect, as these units just go on in and die one by one here, as TYR, the slow and steady, the tortoise in this game, is the bot that does seem to be coming out on top. And Yeah, DominionDog just having a hard time here. Its macro is incredible. I love the greed. It so rarely gets punished. And honestly, if DominionDog just played this way but made any other unit, like if it made Marines, if it made just Cyclones, if it made its own Vikings and like, yeah, anything. And it does go to show that DominionDog is a newer bot. It's still got a lot of development to go. Like, no cloak on the Banshees is one thing that I could see the bot authors adding in fairly easily. And, yeah, I will definitely cast more of this bot. It's good to see Tyr showing us that it's got good fundamentals, though. The slow build-up, it looked like it might have just gotten overwhelmed a little bit there, but no, it's holding on with the defense, eventually moving out to attack, and then DominionDog is running out of money. That's what happens when you spend lots, when you suddenly lose your job. You know, you burn through the savings really quickly. So now DominionDog is just going to go down, unfortunately. I am excited to see how DominionDog gets potential updates later to prevent things like this happening. As a game like this does really highlight the bots that do have, I'll say, more generally prepared programming for the late game. Obviously, DominionDog isn't covering every situation yet, but still, it's a very great bot. Ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this one, it's a bit of an odd one, but if you watched all the way to the end, make sure to go ahead, click that like button, and if you're not subscribed, we're getting really close to the 10K sub mark. We may even be at it by the time this video uploads. And so yeah, thanks so much to everyone for the support, specifically to the YouTube members who do support the channel. You can click that little join button down at the bottom of the channel if you want to check out those perks. It does go a long way to supporting these casts. But, yeah, it looks like DominionDog will meet its end. A few more Reapers won't do the trick. How many died? 125 dead Banshees, 84 Hellions, 66 Reapers. The Banshees didn't quite get their value there, as it's 74,000 resources lost to 4,500. Couple of small army adjustments, though, and I think DominionDog definitely could have won this game. And that's why it's important to cast a wide range of these bot games, because there's so many situations in Starcraft 2 that we as humans just adapt to. But when it comes to programming a bot, it's not so simple. It's hours or tens of hours, or probably even, well, the really good bots like these ones probably have thousands of hours in them, at least some of them. And it really is a testament to the hard work of these bot authors. So, well done. Thanks so much to everyone for tuning in. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Oh, one refinery left. Wait, no, DominionDog's still building. It says 1 SCV is in it to the end. And now Tyr's like, wait a second, I already cleaned out the main base. Nothing can be going on there. Where's this SCV going? He's going to build another command center. But alas, it was not enough. GG.